Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Roby, and M-Scribe, and today we're going to be talking about our precious Doge.
Doge, dude.
Finally,
I know, right?
we speak about Doge for the first time ever.
We've felt the energy and the gravity of the Doge army, dude.
Yeah.
They've been asking for this for like a whole year now.
You're like, guys, we're at 60 billion, and
Well-
you haven't mentioned us?
Well, it wasn't at first, but now it is, right? So that's like Doge is the king of memes, right? You
Yeah.
cannot ignore what's happening on Doge.
Yeah, let's double check where Doge is on the rankings list here.
Is it about to flip Binance? It's on its way.
Yeah, it's at 54 to 91.
I think that would be a great achievement for like all of humanity
Yes.
to see Binance flipped by Dogecoin. That'd be
Yes.
great.
That's one for the man, dude.
That's a sign of progress, actually.
Yeah.
So expect that to happen. And so there's a lot of things that are interesting around the fact that Doge is so vibrant, still has the, I guess, like the potential energy to like move mountains, right? We're talking like 20 to $30 billion in like a single day came into the Doge
That's a
market
lot.
value. That's an insane amount of like market movement.
Yeah.
So Doge don't scoff at it. Don't think because it's a meme, it's like just a joke. Right?
Yeah, I think people are starting to get an understanding that memes is like a thing, like a sector.
Yeah.
And if you're going to jump into the sector, why not get the primary leader in that sector?
Correct. Yeah. And another thing people are realizing is, these legacy chains like Bitcoin and Doge, they're not just funny money currencies anymore, right?
Yeah.
We can actually build on them.
That's right. We're going to show that here in a minute.
Yeah. So, let's get into it. Why is the Doge ecosystem potentially one of the sleeping giants in the room?
Yeah. Let's start with looking at the max chart here. Pretty crazy chart, right? But take a look at the log version of this chart.
Oh my God.
This is the oscillator poster child.
Yeah, this is what you want to see, right?
Yeah.
This is Bitcoin-esque.
Yeah. So let's go back to Bitcoin and see what an oscillator looks like. So here's the max chart, right? It looks sexy, right?
Yeah.
Here's the log.
Yeah. Is this all time or how far does that go? 2013?
2013.
Yeah. So we're seeing multiple cycles of market uppening and downing, which is what an oscillator does, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So Doge is doing it. Typically this is a good sign that, there's real long-term sustainability here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this chart also goes back to 2013.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on here. And Jake comes in with Doge is surprising at 50 billion. The question now becomes how much of the stagnant capital will flow into the Doginals ecosystem.
So this is the same this is the same question or thesis around Ordinals and Bitcoin, right? It's like, damn, we got $1 trillion asset here, dude. It's just like sitting around, all that liquidity, yummy, right? And then Casey comes in and he's like, we can actually build here, guys, because of Taproot upgrade.
Yeah.
And so it's like, race is on.
Yeah.
Who's going to build a killer product for Bitcoin and kind of like get some activity moving around, like get these dormant assets to start doing stuff, right?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, he's right. $50 billion just sitting around doing nothing.
It's not nothing to scoff at.
Here's what you can do with $50 billion.
Right.
Right. So here we're looking at Doge Labs, and we're looking at an ecosystem of fungible and non-fungible tokens.
Yeah. So this has been around. It's called the Doginals, DRC20s. So a lot of this stuff emerged in response to Ordinals and like early fungibility on Bitcoin with BRC20s, right? You can just kind of tell.
Yeah.
With the nomenclature.
Yeah.
Similarities, right?
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense. So now we're entering, again, kind of like on our last video where we talked about bitmap and DMT and stuff. Like these things came about during like an experimental stage of the bear market, essentially. Those are the things you don't want to fade. These are the things that typically, if they're still around, whenever like the actual bull cycle approaches or you're in it and these things are still vibrant and active.
That's right.
They're typically like the actual winners of like, what the market is going to appreciate.
Yeah, because in our last video, we were talking about when you enter a bull cycle, you start seeing all these like new accounts, new Twitter accounts with like 100,000 followers, and they're pushing their own token.
Yeah.
And like these are essentially smoke and mirror tactics to kind of fleece the market.
Yeah.
And so what you're looking for is like marketplaces and assets that have been around and who stick around, and those are the ones that you need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, and whose communities show up. Like right now is like roll call, right? It's like we all know.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is signaling to the world. The beacons of Gondor have been lit.
Yeah.
We all understand, right? Like what's coming. So
yeah, so if you're part of the Doge ecosystem, definitely leave a comment under this Twitter and let us know. That way we know who to follow.
That's
like
right.
Where the alpha's at.
Yeah, we're the Doge influencers, dude.
Yeah.
Who's the Leonidas and crew of the Doge ecosystem? I know they're out there.
Yeah.
So we need to hang some more with you guys. I mean, it's probably Jake.
Yeah.
He's the one who tweeted it out.
Right. All right, let's look at that doggy market here.
Yeah.
As I guess we have Dogemaps, which we're going to talk about in a second.
Interesting how it's like front and center, right?
Yeah.
It's like right at the very top. So there's an obvious appreciation here for the metaverse space.
Yeah.
Right. But all the usual suspects are here, dude.
Yeah, we got NFTs, right? We got the Doginal mini Doges.
Very nice. Very cute.
The Rapture.
What is that, dude? Okay.
Doge Maxi Biz. It's recognizable.
It is very recognizable. What is that?
Doge Puppets.
Shit.
They're all here, dude, in
here.
a new form.
Yeah. And we got the fungible tokens as well.
Yeah, these are DRC 20s, Doji number 1, 10,500 holders, market cap 35 million. It's respectable.
The volume's nothing to scoff at for that token either. What was it, like 30 million? 35 million.
35 million total volume.
Yeah, so there's energy here, dude. It's not dead by any stretch, right?
Yeah.
So this is what's important, is identify these things that emerged and that are still around and still have like that locked up energy for explosion, right?
Yeah. All right, so we're looking at a tweet here. It says by Doggy Market, it's Doginal season and Doggy Market has cooked. We got charts, improved UI, and then we'll stay tuned for more.
So this is good. This is a representation of conviction, right? Because to be able to build during a down market period, it's quite the risk.
It is.
I mean, we know that firsthand, right? We've done nothing but build during this down market period.
Twice already.
Yeah. That's what we do, dude. You got to have conviction in your own belief. So it's good to see that the builders within the Doge ecosystem, they didn't stop cooking, right?
Yeah.
And they're prepared and positioned for what's to come, right?
Yeah, so now we're looking at a particular market, Doji or Doggy.
Doggy? Doji.
Doji.
I'm going to call it Doji.
And Doge Labs. And if you're familiar with the Ordinals ecosystem, this is what Ordinals look like, but in this case, these are Doginals. And this particular fungible token kind of looks like NFTs.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, so they have the same mechanisms of BRC20, right? Transfer inscriptions and such. So this is essentially the Ordi of this ecosystem, right? I think this is like the first asset.
Yeah.
So first is first, typically that's like the main narrative markets pick up on.
Yeah, so if you're not used to kind of like Ordinals, or in this case Doginals, this is a fungible token, but it definitely doesn't look like it, right? And so if you start at the top here, it tends to be at the cheapest price, right? But you have to buy 500 units at the cheapest price.
Correct.
Or you could pay a little bit more per unit, but you can get less, and so you're spending less. And so you're gonna have to like kind of figure it out essentially.
Right. So that's how it works on this market. What about like a centralized exchange that has this token listed or something? Does it?
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, if it operates much more like a typical fungible token.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's something to look out for, right? For these like nascent Bitcoin / Dogecoin tokens is like, there's centralized exchange pathways, right?
Yeah.
That's obviously going to ease the onboarding experience for most people.
Better user experience for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the Doji market cap, 34.5 million.
Been around for a year, and looks like it's like I said, there's that pent up energy, dude. It's like it wants to kind of like come back to life, essentially.
Yeah. So all time high was at $5. Okay. All right, moving on, and X here. He says, wow, Fitzy speaks about Tap Protocol on Doge. Huge must listen. And so we listened to a little bit of it with Jake and Fitzy.
Yeah. So they said some interesting stuff, right? So I think they gave like
the alpha.
Yeah, the big alpha drop of this Twitter space was expect basically tap on Doge by Christmas, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but as we know, like, you know, don't get married to that like timeline, because things
like development is hard, guys.
It really is. But even so, regardless, if it's like New Year's or something, still this is a big deal, because tap, as we know firsthand, you know, it enables a lot of new functionalities, right? A lot of possibilities that didn't exist before.
That's correct. Like DMT.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or DeFi, or like Taproot swap and such. So you're gonna have a lot of new interesting verticals emerge and within that ecosystem, just like they're emerging today in the Bitcoin space.
That's right.
So yeah, this is big. So that means TRAC indexing is gonna expand, multi-chain, and then. So what does that mean for the metaverse, dude? What do you think?
We got Dogemaps for the metaverse on Doge here. So, so with the Doge, I think it has like 5 million blocks, and Bitcoin has 860,000. And so one block, one district, and on Doge, we have 5 million districts.
Yeah. So again, very inspired by the movement of what's happening in Ordinals. You know, we have our Bitcoin counterpart in Bitmap, now the Dogemap counterpart in Dogemap. Similar properties, right? Non-arbitrarily produced, rooted to their own chains, block production, and the data within that, right? So it upholds all the same principles of DMT, which is pretty cool, right? Yeah. So now that we have like a technical, essentially the right technical pillars to actually build upon that, the same way we have that already on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I foresee interesting collaborative potentiality there, dude.
Yeah, maybe we can get a Bitmap OS, Doge OS on there.
That's what I like to see. I want to see Doge avatars. It's just a world run by dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Dogies.
Oh, yeah, dude. We got the tech to do it. So, and Tap's going to be on there anyway. So,
yeah.
It's a pretty seamless transition.
I would imagine. So, this is something we're going to keep a close eye on for sure. So,
yeah. So, here's what the Doge maps look like. So, clearly, with 5 million blocks, there's not going to be that many transactions per block, right? And so, you're seeing that here. It's like tens of transactions per block.
Yeah.
Which could be a pretty interesting sort of 3D environment, right? A pretty, like,
much more intimate.
Personal, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like, there's a much more abundant supply of them, but again, it's, like, I already see some of these punks in here and stuff, so there's going to be a whole community kind of, like, centering around this. And the idea, again, originally from, like, you know, the Doge army is its own nexus of human activity, right?
Yeah.
The way I like to see it, like we were just talking about this, is when you really understand what's happening in crypto and Web3, it's like, you know, do we really need like meme coins to like turn into ecosystems? It's like, from my perspective, it's you don't view these things as meme coins. You see them as like digital countries, digital nations kind of emerging before our own eye, right?
Yeah.
Even Bitcoin.
That's an interesting way to look at blockchains. It's like their own digital country.
Yeah, like even Bitcoin, it's like originally it's like it's this digital money thing, now it's digital gold.
It's like no,
we're actually forming like an entire like virtual existence around Bitcoin, right? That's what DMT is attempting to do. That's what Bitmap's attempting to do.
Yeah,
and all these different like technical infrastructures like underpin the highways of value flow within that network, right? It seems very societal-esque. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's also inspirational too.
You would think so?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I think
I think that's the killer like end game for this whole Web3 experiment, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially now that the metaverse is on chain and non-arbitrarily manifested through on-chain data, like it sort of makes sense that these are countries.
Yeah. Yeah, so then it's like, don't scoff at, you know, Doge nation.
Maps. Yeah.
It's not just a meme anymore. It's not like an internet joke, dude. It's a country in construction, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so now valuations like 50, 60 billion start to make sense, right?
Yeah, so a $60 billion country has a lot of upside.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like now we're talking small nations are forming, right? Instead of like, how is an internet joke more valuable than Ford? Isn't that what happened?
Something like that, yeah.
Doge just flipped forward or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, I was like, how is like the biggest tech company? Those are just tech companies.
Right.
They're not digital nations, dude. They can't. Companies can't compete with GDP.
That's a good point, dude.
Right. So I think we're heading that direction, dude. Bitcoin's gonna be like the big showcase of that. And now we got Dogecoin. Also,
I'm convinced, dude.
Me too.
I'm in to support.
Same.
Okay.
Right place, right time, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna say we're lucky. We were lucky one day.
That's true.
They will say that.
It's like, it's like you guys got rich because you're lucky.
Yeah, it's not because we had to like have real conviction in all this shit without any proof of actually occurring into the future.
Yeah, it's not like we had to do work and like put effort into things.
Right, and that goes for everybody who's contributing and building today, right? Because everybody's making that actually happen, right? So
that's right.
I guess that's what it's all about, dude. Finding the inspiration between the cracks, dude.
Yeah, that's what's missing in society is inspiration. And that's why Elon is so successful, because he's able to do that.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also like his
ability to execute.
Yeah, I was about to say his unwavering will to like actually get things done, right?
Yeah. But part of that ability to execute is he's inspired a team of people to do so.
Yeah, to join him on his cause.
Yeah.
Totally true.
All right. Well, that's it. We're in for Doge, dude.
Bullish on Doge. Doginals. Yeah.
Definitely comment below if you're part of the Doge army.
Yeah.
We want to follow you, and
let's form an alliance, dude. Bitcoin and Doge, dude. We're all about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's it for us. And make sure you follow us, and definitely, ask us some questions. There's a lot of new stuff here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.